Okay, so we are live on different platforms right now. Let me just take a look quickly. Okay, so on sure. Okay, so just to brief again, guys. Yes, so we are here to discuss the project related stuff. So we are here to help final year project people for their projects. Okay, so just stay tuned if you want any sort of help for your project, and you will get some insights the way I'm going to share with others. Okay, so fine. So let's get started. So we are live actually on Facebook and YouTube as well. So I haven't checked LinkedIn, but I guess we will be there as well. Yeah. So yes, is there anybody? Prajwal, can you please let me know your project topic? What is the topic that you decided for your final year project? So that we can discuss on that project. We can have the kind of solution that how you're planning, and then I can share the insights from my side. So Varsha, as far as I know, last time we discussed, you were preparing something for I forgot the name of the technology. Sorry, I forgot. Fine. So yes, Samish. Hey, hi. Prashant has joined over here, and he has left as well. Hey, hi, Aishwarya. Good to see you. So this time as well, you joined from Instagram. Actually, why you are not still there in our WhatsApp community? So we have created a community in our WhatsApp group wherein we help final year students for their projects and for preparing for interview preparation. Okay. So better last time as well, Aishwarya, you joined from Instagram. So just be there so that you can have a more kind of personalized session on Zoom. So that is what we are doing with the Tech Amplifiers family. Yes, Samiksha, can you please let me know what is the project that you're working on? Your final year project title, and let just okay. I guess you guys were speaking, but I was on mute. Yeah, Aishwarya, meanwhile, if you have any sort of questions, you can ask me over here in the chat box. Flight price prediction. Okay, so it is ML kind of project, right, Samiksha? So what is the approach you are trying to follow for this? What is your approach for getting these things done? So it is a kind of ML project, right? Yes. So have you tried getting the data set from any data source? Yes. So what is the current state? What is the progress into that? So let's go in that first, and then we will see how you can move forward and how you can implement these things. Yes, Samiksha. So what is your current state of your project, basically? Yeah. So meanwhile, she answers, Prajwal and Varsha, I'm expecting you to put on your project topics over here so that we can discuss on that. Or if you have any sort of question, so this is the live sessions are just there for the reference of others. Okay. So meanwhile, this is our own kind of session. So where you can ask, you can unmute yourself if you want, and we can have our session discussion. Okay, so that live is just for the reference for the people if they couldn't join this thing. You're confused about using of algorithms. Okay, okay. So you must be knowing the rules, Amisha, right? So see, before using the algorithm, right? So how many algorithms you tried? How many algorithms you know and you thought of using it? Can I have the list? Okay, so we have Prajwal. Can you please type it to the public, that is everyone, so that everybody will get to know what is your or that will also work. So it is all about your question. Fine. So user-based recommendation system for social media platform using location, personality metrics, or fitness free. Okay, yes, Prajwal, yes. So we actually last time we discussed something on this, if you remember, right? This is kind of a good thing where you can implement this thing. So location, personality metrics for fitness free, right? Recommendation system. Again, it is a recommendation system. It means it will recommend something. It means it will predict something. Okay, so it this also comes under ML thing. So I can see that most of the projects like Versha is also having virtual assistant for prediction of fake job profile. It is also a prediction that is see, there are three projects I can have over here. So Samisha, Versha, and three of them are from different colleges. ASS, CMGuard, and there is one more CMGuard. Okay, so flight prediction is a kind of ML project. Then we have second kind of user recommendation system, that is again the ML project. Then we have virtual assistant for prediction of fake jobs. Okay, it is again a ML based project, right? So now see that the reason why I was asking, see, the solutions to each and every project will be more or the same, right? So everybody has to go through a specific format. Okay, I'll be sharing whiteboard, so wherein we will do the activity. Okay, so more or everything will be same for everybody who is doing over here. Okay, so let's just go and try to figure it out if there is an ML project. So what is the approach that you followed, Varsha, till now? What is the progress in your project? Nothing is, she is typing. Okay, so basically there should be a framework, right? So framework for ML project. Okay, so the very first thing, first and very most important thing that you will need is what? Can you tell me? So for all ML projects or for your specific project, so what is the first thing that you will need? Yes. So training the model is going on. Okay, model training is going on. But from where you got the data, right? So in order to train a model, so you need to have the model first. Then only you will train the model, correct? So from where you got model is basically data, okay, from Kaggle, right? So first and foremost thing from for all of you, actually, Kaggle is a very good platform actually. So wherein you can get all the data sets. So even they're providing the data sets for a high Sanket. So we are here for discussing final year projects. So just stay tuned. Okay. So Varsha is at some next step where she is trying to train the model of her project. So now let's not make it specific to any project. Let's first, since it is, I guess it's the end of this first sem, right? In next sem, you're actually going to implement everything, and then you're going to start, right? So just for the benefit of everybody who is listening to us, okay. So let's just try to understand what are the things that you need. Okay, what are the things that you need to build any ML and AI based project. Okay, so I might not be 100% right this time because I'm not the expert of this domain. Okay, so I'll share the things from my perspective, and then again I'll go back and I'll revisit if we have any inputs from our AI trainer. Okay, so you must be knowing. I guess nobody from here attended any of our AI batch. Fine. So, but so we'll revisit and we will see what else we can have, and then we are going to meet next month, right? So wherein I can pass some more inputs, insights, which will help you. Okay. So fine, let's go and drop it down, and where I want to ask every one of you a couple of questions, and you have to be ready with your framework. Okay. So our goal is, okay, so that should be your goal, right? So let me just before actually starting with this final year project, let me just tell you. Okay, so in order to develop any project, so whether it is IoT based, whether it is a normal web application, or it is kind of a software application, or it is ML based any project. Okay, so for doing any project, what we need is Yeah, we need to have the requirement first. We need to know what exactly we are going to do, right? So like she was asking somewhere, Samiksha, you said you're confused about using the algorithm, right? So as I said, so have you gathered the requirement, like what are things that you need in order to complete your project? Okay, so let's first understand things that you need to complete your AI ML based project. Okay, requirements for ML project. Okay, machine learning project. Okay, so what you need, yes, as I told you in the beginning, and I asked Varsha as well. So we need first data, and that data set you can get from the Kaggle, right? So Kaggle is a very good place where you can have all the things that you require, or all the data that is required, because machine learning only works. Okay, machine learning only works if you have enough data. Okay, if you don't have data, you will not be able to train the models. Okay, if model is not trained, then the accuracy, okay, the result, the prediction that it is going to make, it will not be above 70 or 80%, right? So Varsha, you're still training the model. Okay, so you might not know what is the accuracy that it is giving, right? So first thing, what you need to do for any AI based project, you need to find the data set. Okay, so first thing what you need to do is you need to find the data set for that particular project, right? So let me just ask you, like we have user based recommendation system, that is a different stuff altogether, that is for fitness freak. And so second project we have virtual assistant for fake job profile, and third project we have is where was the third project? I guess I missed the earlier chat, or I'm not able to see the earlier chat. Fine. So, Samisha, can you please drop your? Okay, I got it. Flight price prediction. Okay. So let me just find the data, and you will get the data on Kaggle. Okay. So I haven't used Kaggle platform, so I used not that good. So let's just go and let's search for all the projects that we are having. Is the data set available? Is the Kaggle having data? Okay. So Varsha, I want you to help me out with the Kaggle. Okay. So I'm just going there, and I'll be sharing the screen, and I don't know what other things are there available. Yep. So hold on a second. Okay. Where are you? Okay. So those who are not able to see what I'm trying to share, I think we are required data for model project. Okay, Sanket. Yes, you need data for model project. Yes. Okay, fine. So now there are a couple more things actually. So see, you got the data, but then in order to train, you need to work on different libraries. You need to work on different algorithms, right? So what I'll do is I'll quickly take out a new screen, and I'll go with Kaggle. So first, let's go and get the data, and then we will create a framework over here itself, so that it will help, or it will benefit all the other people. So this screen, I guess it will go away, and I want to share my white screen, or let me take it into the WordPad itself, so that no, Word is not possible. So this will be done. Fine, I'm coming back. Yes, sharing my screen. Yes, so white screen has gone now. Now we are on Kaggle. So now we want to discuss that how we can get data sets. Okay, so Kaggle data sets is something similar. So on Kaggle website, you can go to the data sets, and where you need to tell them that what data set that you are looking for. Okay, now we have 3 projects basically. So we'll go and try to find out. Okay, so we can create our database. I don't know, need to register or so. So create public database now. So let's search. There are 64,127 data sets available. Okay. So let's go and search for the project that we are having with us over here. So that so let's go one by one. Okay, flight price prediction. Okay, so this is what she wanted to implement as her final year project. So find the data Kaggle. No, this is not something I want. Okay, I'm not able to copy the text inside my chat box. I need to search file price. Yeah. flight price delay prediction is there, file delays cancellation, and there is revenue simulator, no. Fair. So fair can be a price, correct? So fair prediction we are having. Then what else we have? Now there is the important thing of Kaggle is right. So you can collect your own data and you can upload over here so that it can help others. Okay. So that is also you can do. But right now we got one set which we can use. Anything else? No. The most of people are talking about delay. So that is what I can see. Airline delays, flight revenue. No, we don't want. Fine. So I guess this flight fare prediction is the same as flight price prediction. Is that right, Samiksha? Yeah. So actually, she already nodded. Yep. So we have this data set. So using this data set, actually, we can go and start building our models. We can start. So we don't need to build a model. We can start training our model based on the data set that we can have. So this is one. I don't know how much data they're having. Let me just check. Too many requests. Okay. Hold on. What happened? I guess it is not available. Fine. So Varsha, have you seen any sort of error while you're facing this thing?
No, sir. But you can click on.
Yeah. We can see the data, but just seeing is not enough, right? So I want to have this data with us in the Excel sheet so that I can provide to the algorithm which I'm using, and
So
I'll be
you
able
can
to.
click on download button, which is there on the right hand side of metadata.
Where?
New notebook beside new notebook.
Okay.
Left side, download. Yeah,
Okay,
there.
620, but it will take everything. And why that? See, it is again loading on the same page. Actually, the previous button which I used is the
Even this data set is not available right now. I think.
okay. That's why it is showing. But
That's
then
why,
we have the
yeah.
details actually over here. So we have 10,000 rows from where we can take the things. But fine. So actually, this is what we wanted actually. So for this particular date, if this particular airways was there, what was the price, right? So that is what we are looking for, but I'm not able to get that price. Let me just add the column. Source, destination, route, departure, available duration, stops, additional info. Okay, so it is not having the price actually, but then why there? Um, Fine. So this is one set. Actually, if you go and look for some other sets, right? We don't need house price, but price is something price, right? But we need to have the correct data set. So with the right data set, we can able to. So actually, let me just brief to Samiksha for her project, right? So you need to know what else. So this sort of data, at least you got the template. You can have your own data, the dummy data, I can say, right? The dummy data, and with that data, you can have your own. Like on this date, the price of this. On last year, the prices of this particular airways in this particular duration was this. So in next, based on the how you're gonna train it. So based on that, it will predict in next year or in next month or so whatever date that you're looking for, the price will be this much, right? So that sort of thing can be implemented. Okay, so this sort of thing. So let's just take it on the board. Like we will have our framework requirement for ML projects. Because whiteboard, if I go with whiteboard, either I can have the whiteboard or I can have the screen share. Okay, both things. That will be later stage when you will start writing, creating your final year research paper, right? So that research paper requires. So I guess a couple of you might already did, right? So I mean, if you completed your first research paper of first sem, so where you need to have the good word skill, good skills for using the word, Microsoft Word. How many of you tried, or how many of you completed basically? I know in the first time it is mandatory for you to have your research paper published, at least in a journal, the normal journal. How many of you tried? How many of you already published? Yes, Samiksha, you did it? No, it was the last previous year, I guess. No. Okay. What about you, Prajwal? Not yet. Okay, okay. No, fine, fine, fine. So, fine. Anyways, so we will be having a session on this Word, actually, wherein you need to prepare the document and you have to send them the formatted things, right? The two-column structure. Okay. So for that, we will have a separate session somewhere. I don't know, but we will have a session where you will learn a couple of things from this Word. There are tips and tricks which you need to understand. Since I'm on Word, that's why I got to know like this is something you need. Okay. So I'm going to do it. Okay. So you need to find the data. So the source is Kaggle. Then you need to what? The next step is Versha. So we need to train that data, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And so this is a very, the broad level kind of things that we are going to step down. Okay. So we are going to write over here. So we need to train that data set. So not data, it will be data sets. Okay. And we need to train that data set. Yes, and it will give us the results directly. No, right? So how it is going to work then? So let me just quickly show you. Implementation of implementation, or what would be the right word for this? Okay, let's since we have the query, right? So what all things that we need? So Samiksha, so there is one more thing which you can do, right? So the way I'm trying to tackle this thing, so just understand how if you got any sort of problems or if you face any sort of issues anywhere in future. Okay, so in that case you need to use the same sort of strategy which I'm using right now. Okay, so whenever you know that what I need first, so you need to go and search on Google, and then handling Google and then putting the right queries over there to get the right result is a different skill altogether. So you will learn this skill when you will be in the industry. Okay, so when you will start working on the job, that time you will get to know how frequently you will be using internet or the Google for say. Okay, so that is just have the command over it. Try to search more and more and more things, and you will get the right answers. Okay, so requirements for, so that is what we want, right? We want that want to know what all things we require in order to complete an ML project. Okay, okay, you can use the same sort of things for any other thing, whatever you need. Yeah, so we got everything. Each of these can split in several steps. Okay, so we need everything that they have mentioned. Data collection, we don't need to collect the data right now. We have the Kaggle, so from where we can get the data. Okay, so data visualization, different thing all together. So we initially we don't need to do the visualization. Okay, data selection comes there, data pre-processing comes there, and then comes the model train. Yeah, so I guess the steps are not in sequence. Just a minute. Okay, so Alexa, I'm not familiar with the system, so let me just go to the images quickly. Yeah, this is something we can look for a good thing, right? Okay, not project motivation, sorry boy. Timeline, no, no. We came on wrong page. This sort of framework, I guess this will work. Okay, so we need to first define the task, what all things that you need to do, and then accordingly. So let me just open this image in a new tab. And oh my god, fine. So this is good. Okay, so see, now I can see that these are the only thing that we need to do in order to complete any project. Okay, so let's just explore it, what they are talking about. Okay, so we need to first define that what task that we are having. We need to collect the data. So data, you can have, so in Internet of Things, actually what we used to do is sensors used to give us the data, and once we have the data, we used to send it to the platform or the system where it will give us the analytics, that how it is going to what was the report kind of stuff, the analytics, that this system has behaved like this. Okay, so prediction is something which comes under ML, so that is what you guys are working on right now. Okay, so for that we need the data. We need to explore model exploration, what are the things we can do, and then we need to do the model refinement. Okay, refinement. So Varsha, so you said you are trying to work on model training, right? So
Yes,
then
sir.
yeah, so then have you came across this term, that model exploration and model refinement, ever?
So I have not heard about model refinement, but I have heard about data cleaning.
Data cleaning, right, right, right. So that
Yeah,
is,
data.
that is the different thing actually. So I guess refinement is kind of cleaning, I can see, but it
So
will,
it is a kind of cleaning only,
yeah,
model
so refinement is like you removing
data
unnecessary stuff.
pre-processing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
removing unnecessary stuff that are there in the data. Okay,
Yes.
so which will not make any good sense, or which will not create any good impact on the things that you require. Okay, so let's look over a few more things. We have any thing that can help us? This is also not the right thing. Okay, fine. So we'll go with the things that we got in the beginning, that is from the content. So I thought the images will help us more, but that is not the case, I can see. And towards data science, no, machine learning project in 2020, 12 stages. So let's take kind of help. What are the requirements? I guess so. Have you tried using Quora? Yes, I was not the form. I was not of not of. I was not using earlier, but then in meanwhile, a couple of times when I got into trouble. So it's not about the technical things, but the kind of things which are not from the perspective of technology. So that time you need to you need this Quora has helped a lot. Okay, so there are a couple of people like me, so I also answered a couple of questions from internet of things domain, not from the other domain, so where I'm good, and I thought let's, it will help others. Okay, yeah, so the most important component of any ML based project is data, as I already said, right? So you need data, then only you will, once you have data, then you will be able to train it, and then only once the training is done, then only you will be able to predict the result. Okay, so prediction is not possible, like people are doing stock market prediction. Okay, so stock market prediction is not easy thing. So you need to have the data of last 30 years, like from last 30 years this stock was behaving like this, so in future it will behave like this. Okay, based on the conditions, like which now how the phase is going on, is it which quarter of the month, so based on that also it will change. So that is a different thing. So you need to work more towards getting the right data. Okay, if your data is not good, so that is again the challenge actually in data science. So I heard somewhere last time in our AI trainer, he was giving the kind of webinar on this AI. So we discussed about this thing, that data, getting the right data is the most important challenge, or the most biggest challenge, you can say, in machine learning projects. You don't get data, and then you will not get the results. Okay, your predictions will not be accurate. So how much the accuracy score in ML project of any sort of prediction? So what is the average accuracy score? Anybody knows? Yeah, free data sets you will get from Kaggle actually. If it is student project, you can start picking free data set. That is a good. Um, that is what this guy has mentioned, only that you need to have the data, and otherwise everything you can figure it out. I don't want that. So let me just quickly check. Fine. So this is not the right solution again. Yes, anybody knows what is average accuracy rate of ML projects? Okay, this sort of question people will ask you in the interviews when you will present your project. Average accuracy rate. Yeah, somebody pinned it there. 70 to 80%. Okay, let's just check. Score of ML projects. On average, how much? No, no, this is something. Okay, so this guy is saying 95%. No, no, this is something not right. Okay, and it depends upon which problem you are solving actually. So that is what I can see from here. Actually, the question is different. Actually, we don't need the execution. This is the question: is how much accuracy do machine learning experts obtain on their first run of code? No, this is not what we want. Any general project is having how much accuracy? Like there is one project like which Alibaba has developed. Alibaba is a company from the Jack Ma is the owner. So I'm a big fan of this guy. Not all Chinese people, but Jack Ma is really great inspiration for all the future or budding entrepreneurs. So wherein they have created a kind of AI based solution which will detect the coronavirus almost 98 or 99% accurate. Okay, so you just need to take that machine in front of the person or kind of, I don't know what was the thing, but they have predicted that their system. What about the steps followed while building IoT project? Okay, so we'll discuss about IoT, Aishwarya. Just hold on for a second. Okay, so it's fine. So why we came across this? So forget about this. Let's talk about the requirements first. Okay, so here we'll get all the steps that we need. I hope so. So am I there on this particular platform? No. So I need to go and sign up with Google quickly. Let me just do it. So we have, so Medium is something where they will ask us to go. So is there anybody over here who's writing blogs? Yes, like the blog which we are referring right now. So is there anybody who tried writing blog? Yes, Varsha?
No, sir.
No? Okay. Start doing it. It will help you to learn more things actually. So that's the whole intention. It's not about, yeah. So Prajwal, so it's not about just learning the things and then after a period of time, so you may not remember the things, right? So we have something, if you have written something, so that will be a reference kind of thing for you and it will help others as well. Okay. So there are so many bloggers there. So that's why they do it. So a couple of people there earning a lot from that. So that is a different case. But as a technical guy, as a so as a techie, you should have your knowledge documented somewhere. Okay, that's where blogs helps a lot of people. Okay, data pre-processing, data automation, model implementation. So right. This is sort of thing that we are looking for. Okay, so first, yeah, I guess they have given the solution here itself. Okay. So first thing that you need to do is you need to define the problem that I guess all of you might have did right now. So research, I am sure that you must be having a lot of research papers related to your project. Okay. So now let's go towards the next thing that you need to do is you need to have the data. That is the important point. And you need to do the data aggregation. That is called as data mining. Okay. So as you know, so data is the fuel of all ML and all that's of sort of things that they have mentioned. Okay, so data aggregation is a crucial step that sets a precedent for the performance of the trained models. Okay, so data aggregation comes before training or after training. Varsha, could you please help us out here? Yeah, so we have meanwhile Sagarika also joined, and Sagarika, I want you to type in your project name over there in the chat box so that we can discuss on that. So what was that? Fine. So data aggregation, once you have the data aggregation, actually then we can go and do the data preparation and pre-processing. Yeah, so and then so these are a couple of steps that we can go and refer to actually. So the people like I'm not sure about the situation of Prajwal who you are having. Okay, so so if you haven't yet implemented the things, So you can start with the data, that is collection of data, then pre-processing of the data, and then you will be able to train that data. Okay, so once you have that details with you, so you will be able to train that data, and then model implementation. Sorry, the training comes at number 6, and then we have evaluation, how this has performed, and parameter turning, no. Fine. So model and all those things, which are something which I'm not at all aware. Okay, so let me accept this right now. Okay, so because this is not something which I have worked ever. Okay, so Aishwarya, are you still there? Okay, so she might have left. No. Okay, fine. So let me just have it from your side itself. Sagarika, have you typed your your project title into the chat box? Yeah, so good to see you, Aishwarya. Just hold on a second. Okay, so we are wrapping up this side, and then we will focus on the part of internet of things, so wherein I'll be very uh, uh, good with. So, and then from the perspective of IoT, we will, yeah, from the perspective of IoT, we will try to correlate with the all the projects. Actually, see, project is a project basically, so wherein you need to do couple of things that are common for every project. So whatever is the domain, so technology is different, technology will change, technology will come and go. So previously, all the people, they were doing HTML kind of website development, and then so later on, so from my time, it started Internet of Things, and right now, if I can see, like out of 5 people, 5 projects that I can we are discussing, no, 3 are there. They are from AI and ML, right? So that is what is trending right now. So in future, it will change, of course. The couple of things are coming. Okay, so that will change the whole segment, and then this will go and change. Okay, fine. So Varsha, so after training data set, what we are expecting, what will you be doing next? So according to me, so once you have data, you will train it, and you will so training will be done with the algorithm, and then you will be able to I guess you will be able to get the prediction, right? So training will give you the detail. Okay, so let me give you an example. Like I have implemented a kind of project wherein that was a kind of object detection. Okay, so it was, yeah, it was detecting the object, that what this object is all about. And second thing which we did is, so that was not ML based project. Actually, it was AI, Internet of Things plus ML, wherein so it was the project which was tracking the object. If that object is crossing the line, so it was just counting the number of people who are coming inside a store. So it was just counting the details. Okay. So that time, how we proceed with that project is, so there are 2 things which we are discussing right now. So one is detecting the object, that whether this object is uh, mm, uh, um, a person or an animal, or what type of animal it is, or is there any physical object like bottle, table, and chair, and kind of thing, right? So in that case, so you need to provide enough data, like enough pictures, like enough pictures of that particular object, so that it will go and match. This picture it has adopted, or it has cached, and then that picture will be compared with the data that you are having in the database. So in prediction, this is kind of prediction again. So it is predicting what the object is, not predicting; it is just matching. So in prediction algorithms as well, so you can use this sort of approach. That will be third step approach. So you need to have a couple of details from the background, so from the history, that this is what has happened. So based on these details, you can choose your algorithm. Before training data set, you need to choose algorithm actually. Yep. Select an algorithm. Yeah, Samisha, you can take a note of this thing, and you can think of that what is the best suitable algorithm for your thing. and you can start training the data set, and you will see the result. Okay, so result of that particular model. Okay, train particular model, and that is where you will be able to finish it out. Okay, so these are a couple of things that we from my perspective right now. So we will go and we will discuss on this in upcoming sessions about how we can implement these sort of things. Okay, is that okay, Prajwal, Samish, and Varsha? Yeah, and let me also take the note of these two things as well. Yep. So all of them are um, yep. So this was one. Then second was, yeah, there are a couple of things in the chat box. Okay, Prajwal, Samiksha, and Varsha, you started working on some of the utility. I forgot the name. Not Firebase. I just forgot that. Wait a minute. Fine. So, okay, so Varsha, I guess she's not there. She's not responding. Fine. So let's get back. Let's come to the last phase of this thing, is discussing about the final thing that we are having. So we have one of the student from Instagram. So she wanted to know that if the project is Internet of Things, if there is any project of IoT based project, so what all steps are to be followed while building an IoT project? So let's go and discuss about this, right? So Varsha, you will. So this will be kind of a reiterating session for you. You know these things since you learned Internet of Things from me last year. So it's, I guess 25th is the date when you started your internship program, right? There in Sengal College, and it went till 31st, I guess. I guess last week of this month, last year. Fine. So let's go and let's talk about that right now. Since Aishwarya's question, so let's go and discuss about that. So if you have any Internet of Things based IoT based project, okay. So there are four components basically. There are four building blocks. So you will not be able to see my screen actually. So otherwise you would have understood. So you can take notes as well. Okay. So if requirements, so this will come under the same phase, that is requirements for or the building blocks of IoT project. Okay. Requirements for IoT based project. Okay, so for this as well, we need four things, like we did it there, but these four things are totally different than what we discussed earlier. Okay, so here in IoT based project, so IoT based, so when it comes to Internet of Things, so when if we start discussing on IoT, so first and most important things comes into picture, that there will be a physical devices that will connect and that will share the data through internet. Okay, so now in this case, all the networking concept comes into the picture, the physical devices comes into the picture, like, yes, I sure you rightly mentioned. So sensors comes into picture, right? So if you have the sensors, so from sensors you need to collect the data. Okay, so and then we need a microprocessor. So all this whole category comes under uh, electronic stuff. Okay, so so let me just take it. What happened? Fine, let it be bold. Okay. Now it is coming up. Okay. So first thing, first most, as you mentioned, actuators. Actuators are something where which will take a part after the user do the operation. But in order to take the action, user need to see something that it will come from sensors and microcontrollers, and then there is a platform called as cloud. Okay. So first of thing you need. So like in your case, your project was on bridge health monitoring, right? So in that case, what you need is you need to know, you need to have the sensor which will monitor the health. Okay, so like in health kind of thing, so you need to have the what is the pressure that bridge is having. So what is the weight of that, and is there any acceleration when vehicles are traveling? That you need to have the accelerometers or kind of thing, so not accelerator. vibration. To measure the vibration, you need to have a couple of sensors. So sensors will collect the data throughout the day or throughout the years. Okay. So from that particular data again, so you'll get to know that this if it goes, or there is one more thing actually from civil perspective you need to go and check. So what is the bridge uh, tensile strength is. Okay, so if the strength of the bridge, so I don't know what other parameters are involved in that, but based on the strength, if your bridge is vibrating a lot, or if your bridge is the weight of the bridge will not be um, uh, or so kind of sensors. So you just look from the different, yeah, load sensor is just to check the load of that bridge. So that only is not sufficient. You need to, yes, flex sensor kind of thing you can use. Yes, these things you can go and use. Okay, so first thing you need is a sensor, then you need is a right microcontroller where you can write the code, the logic. So if you are going to, is a count of vehicles. So count of vehicles actually it will not matter. So how many vehicles are traveling? But what thing matters is what is the weight of the vehicle. Okay, so if only two-wheelers are going on from that bridge, so bridge will stay for longer time. But only four-wheelers are going, like, not, let's not talk about four-wheelers. If the heavy loaded vehicles are going, then that is a critical case. Okay, so your IR sensor will only check if anything passes or not. Okay, so in that case, so I guess IR sensor would not be a right choice for you. So just go and check what other things are available. Okay, so you need to, so accordingly, once you have selected your sensors, specific sensor, these things are required, then you need to move forward and you need to decide what microcontroller you're going to use. Okay, so now microcontroller will play a very important role, because see, now it will affect your actual implementation. Okay, so if there are multiple choices from which you can choose the microcontroller, so you can choose Arduino, you can choose ESP32 like Versha, we did it with both, or you can choose Raspberry Pi, and there is another like Galileo we are having, that is Intel's Galileo. So from that, there is again there are different things, and each microcontroller is built for different purpose. Okay, so according to your choice, you have to choose the right microcontroller, because with microcontroller, your programming language will change. Okay, the way you are going to deal with Arduino, where you will be using embedded C, and with ESP32 as well. But in ESP, that is in ESPs, you can use MicroPython. Okay, but if you go with Raspberry Pi, you need to have the skill of Python. Your Python should be strong. Okay, because you can actually with Raspberry Pi you can do coding in any language. Like, why we need to do coding in microcontroller? Because so all the data we'll get from the sensors will not send each and everything, right? So if you start sending each and everything to the backend, to the server, so like sensors will collect data from the surrounding in every second. So in every second, if you're getting the data, so that data will be very difficult for backend to manage. Okay, you will not be able to store the data. Okay, so it is standard practice that get the data. So sensors, the work of sensor is to give the data every time. Okay, so collect the data and send it, right? But here in microcontroller, you will write the logic that how frequently you want the data. So what is the frequency? Like, you want it from after 1 hour, you want it after 2 hours, or what sort of things that you need, right? So that is one thing. And then what kind of data you want, that is the second part, right? So there is, for that you need to again go and do a different coding for that. So like, I only need the data when the weight of the vehicle is more. Okay, see, this kind of thing you can check. Aishwarya, now coming back to your project. So when I send the data only when, or to the cloud or to the backend system where we are storing data, send the data only when the weight of the vehicle is more than this much of amount. Okay, if it is more, then we are going to store it, and we are going to monitor that in a whole one day, only 10 vehicles are, which are 10 vehicles passed from this road and from this bridge, and those were above this weight. Okay, so according to that, if we took the data into consideration, on an average, if there are 10 vehicles, so bridge tensile strength should be this much. If it is not, then you need to work, or you need to intimate, or you need to do send flag and alert, or whatever things that the flagging alert and sending the details, that comes under actuator part. Okay, that doesn't comes under the initial stuff. That is the later part. Okay, but in between, let me just give you the frame of that what all things that you need. So you need sensor, you need a microcontroller, then you need to choose the right cloud server. Okay, so before choosing cloud actually, so before that there is one more thing. You need to choose a protocol where through which you want to send the data to the cloud. Okay, so here comes the protocol which will help us to transfer data like sensor. Sorry, microcontroller is a physical device. I don't have anything, it is there, so I'll take it next time, so when we'll have the session. Okay, so microcontrollers is a physical device. From physical device, if data is going there in cloud, okay, so there should be some protocol or there should be some channel through which data is going to transfer. Okay, so for that you need to choose the right protocol. There are again various range of protocols. There is AMQP, MQTT, then there is SOAP, so right, SAOP, no, fine, so whatever, so SOAP, right, and then MQTT and AMQP, right. So again, these protocols are again used from different perspective, wherever you want, according to the need, right. So basically, you need to see if in banking application, they always go with AMQP, that is Advanced Message Queuing Protocol, right? So because that is more secure than MQTT, right? So for general projects, mostly in industry as well, we have been using MQTT protocol for a very long time. Because that is the relevant, because there are different advantages. Just go and read the why IoT based projects are mostly preferring MQTT protocol. Just go and read, you will get the more details on that. Okay, so you can choose a protocol and then you can go with the platform, cloud platform, whatever you want. Then again, you need to write the code to send the data to the platform, and then there will be APIs actually exposed by the cloud platform that you can hit or that you can use to send the data. And once the data is there, alert notification is different thing altogether. It depends on if there is if that cloud platform that you have choose supports that notification. Okay, so if that supports, then good. If that doesn't supports, then you need to do something, some other thing. Okay, so that depends on role on cloud platform. Okay, so this is one approach. Okay, so but if you want to develop your own something, right? So in this case, actually, you don't need to develop your web application or Android application. I don't see anything. So you just need to store the data, and once it goes beyond certain limit, you can go with the cloud platform, which will help you to provide notification. Or else you can do is you can have your Android or web application wherein that application will send the notification once you fetch the data, right? So this will be kind of a, so the second aspect which I'm talking about, wherein you need to have your client application. I purposefully call it as client because it can be anything. It can be web or it can be Android. That's up to you. Okay. So mostly when the time when I did project for people in the industry, they were looking for both the things. But as a final project, you don't need both things, right? So either having Android application or web application, either of them just to show the data is enough. Okay. Don't spend your time because there are different technologies involved again, right? So for web application, you need to know different things, right? HTML, CSS, kind of. For Android application, you need to know different programming language. So it is not possible to develop both things. You decide according to your use case what can be suitable for your application. It varies. It varies from application to application basically, and what is the need basically. So that varies. So I don't know about in ML project if how the data or the results will be showcased. So I guess there will be some pop-up on which it will show, this is what the date or this is what the price for next date, right? That's not that sort of scenario you can create. But the use of Internet of Things is the IoT-based applications. Your data will be there on cloud and you can access it from anywhere. Okay, so even though you develop web application on Android, you just need to hit that cloud and you will get the data, whatever it may be, and you can show it the however you want. Okay. So the notification part you asked, I'm not sure about how you're gonna achieve it. Okay, I don't know what happened. Let's finish. Okay, fine. So there are 5 things which are listed out over here, which you are not able to see, Aishwarya, because you are not in that group where we are having other final year students. Actually, we have a lot more. Couple of them are joined because they only these people are really serious about their final year project. That's why they join. I know for the fact. because that's I have been through your phase. I know how we work, so that's okay, fine. So so let me just revise quickly a few things about this IoT based project. So you need sensor, you need microcontroller, you need to design your protocol, you need to have your cloud platform, and you need to have your client application. Okay, yeah. So that's all thing. That's only 5 things you need. You decide according to your requirement, and it will work. Yeah. Anything else, Aishwarya, or anything else from Sagrika? Actually, you joined a bit late. So can I have you? Okay, you haven't mentioned your project. Fine. So anything else you want to ask? Prajwal, Sagrika, Samiksha, Varsha. Personality prediction, social media behavior. Okay, okay. So this is again a kind of prediction algorithm. Wow. So uh, I really like that a lot of people are going for what this ML based projects because for user. Okay, fine. So again, the same rule applies actually for prediction related projects. We will discuss in detail in our next session. So I'll come up with all the notes because I was not I'm not that good when it comes to ML. So I'll do the research and I'll come back. Okay, so Sagrika, on what basis should we choose microcontroller? Depends on which programming language you want to use. Basically, first or the cloud. Like no, everything is having library and you can use anything. Aishwarya. Guide us with paperwork. Yeah. So we are already done with the time actually. So for paperwork, we will have we will do it in. So we will connect actually Sagrika with Sagrika solution. See, there are two things actually. By the way, let me just tell you. So so I'll talk about that. Okay, let me just answer Aishwarya's question first. She's there on Instagram. Okay, so on what basis microcontroller should be choose? So microcontroller should be choose basis on 3 things actually. First, what programming language you want to use in your project, because if it comes to Raspberry Pi, you can use Raspberry Pi with normal C as well, but that is not recommended if you're going with Arduino and there you can't use Python. Okay, so then that will be a problem. So that is first thing, which programming language you're going to use. Second thing, which cloud platform you're going to use. So basically, cloud platform gives you flexibility of having anything. But if you're trying to build a local project, right? So there are 2 things. Okay. So once you're going to send the data on cloud, so every time it is not necessary to have the data on cloud. Sometimes you can have a router based structure wherein all the devices are in same network and they're transferring the data. So Internet of Things is all about sending the data on internet, right? Sending the data or transferring the data through internet. Okay, so internet can sometimes be mimicked with the normal Wi-Fi kind of structure created inside a room. Okay, that also can help. Okay, so in that case, ESPs comes or that ESP works better. Okay, so that is one thing, and because see, Raspberry Pi has everything inbuilt. Okay, but in order to use that Raspberry Pi, you need to work really hard actually. So again, from installation and understanding things, you need to have the whole setup to program that thing. Okay, so that's a critical part. Otherwise, if you are going for big project like we did the smart city, right? We are having more than 5 sensors, and we are using web application as well as Android application, and there are a couple of more things. So in that case, when you have to do more programming, so that time Raspberry Pi is the preferable microcontroller. Okay, so that's it. Yeah. So now coming back to the, so we are almost done with the things. Okay, let me just tell you what we are doing at Tech Amplifiers with this. So Sagrika, Samiksha, and Varsha. Okay. So we at Tech Amplifiers, we are doing this 2 sessions twice a month. So twice a month, right? So 2 sessions, absolute. So for students, so wherein all the students will be able to access these things. The kind of you will have access to ask me questions. Okay, so those who are watching this session from Facebook and YouTube, you guys will not have the chance, or you will not get the chance to ask me any questions, because that is where I'm not looking. So it is just the recorded things which other people can access, and it will help them, right? Kind of sessions or I guess the details which I shared related to IoT project, it can help to other people. That's why we are just sharing the recordings on Facebook and YouTube. So I don't need to upload again. That is the thing. And second thing, okay, so so there will be for project related stuff, like Sagarika is asking the question, like guide us for the paper related work. So Sagarika, with all the people who learned or who did any sort of course at Tech Amplifiers, so we guys will have a separate session wherein you will get the technical implementation for your project as well as your paperwork. Okay, so we will connect again in the next week. Okay, someday later in the next week. So wherein we can have the detailed discussion on the implementation of the project. So how you're going to do it, and then what exactly is your progress. Okay, so tracking progress with everybody is not possible. So if you have any basic kind of questions, we can ask you. Anybody can ask. You also have to. It doesn't mean you're not supposed to join this session. Okay, so I'm not going to repeat anything if I completed anything over here. Okay, so that's it. So you need to. We will connect Sagarika later on next week. Fine. So for project related work. So again, anyways, we are going to have one session for having the mastery of this particular word, Microsoft Word, wherein I will cover a couple of points from that. Fine. So anything else? Samiksha, Varsha, Prajwal. Every sensor works with every microcontroller. So you don't need to like in Arduino there is limitation of 4 to 5 sensors, I guess. 5, I guess. So the analog pins are 5. So more than 5 sensors, we have more than 5 sensors. You need to jump onto the Raspberry Pi because Raspberry Pi has more pins. Number of input IO pins are more in Raspberry Pi. Otherwise, every sensor supports to every microcontroller. Yeah. No questions. So we are done for the day actually over here. So if you so let me just quickly stop the share. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So if you have any sort of questions, please. So there is one more thing. So please note it down. Have your list prepared so that you know when we will be here. So right now we are only a couple of people over here. So going forward, we are going to grow. Okay, this kind of FIDA thing. So final year's team attainment program is going to grow. So there will be a lot of people coming in. So I want you to come up with a question so that your questions will not get missed. Okay. So whenever you feel like, you know, this is something which I wanted to know, write it down, have it with you. And when we will come up, you know, you are going to get the chance to discuss with me only twice in a month. Okay. So don't miss it. Come prepared, come up with all the questions so that I can answer and you will get the right appropriate solution. If I don't know, I'll have that question with me. I'll do some research and I'll again in the next session, whatever it will be. So in that session, I'll definitely try to answer whatever, because I'm not expert of everything, by the way, right? So Flask is okay for AML. Yeah, even Django is, no, Django, yeah, anything will work. Flask is also work. So see, let me just tell you, Sagarika. See, Django is very high-end framework and Flask is Flask is very distributed. Okay, so Flask is very easy to implement actually. So you can go and choose Flask if you want to try with ML. Actually, someone else, I don't know whom. I guess Varsha, are you using Flask for your deployment in the ML project? If you're here, I'm not sure who told me that she or he was using Flask for the project.
No, sir, I am not using Flask.
Okay, fine. It was somebody else who told me, right? So fine. So Sagarika, you can go with Flask. It is so once you know Django, Flask is something like it's a very easy thing to understand. Okay, so you can go with that if you want to. Yes. Anything else? Yeah. Welcome, Ishwarya. Yeah. Fine. So that's all for the day. So go and start implementing your project. I want to see the challenges. If you want to face the challenges, then I'm going to be here and I'm going to help you with the implementation of whatever the problems, you know, the technical things we will discuss over here and we'll show you the things in detail. Okay, fine. So that's all for the day, guys. See you. Good night. Keep learning and keep amplifying.